Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Parr, and on this episode of Math Up to Par, we are going to be talking about multi-digit multiplication. We are going to be using the traditional method to solve these multi-digit multiplication problems. Let me start by saying that if you have memorized your multiplication and division facts, these problems will go much quicker for you. If you haven't yet, you're going to want to use alternate strategies to help you solve these multiplication problems, and it's going to take you a little bit longer. So you'll want to make a multiplication table or refer to one, or you might use drawing pictures or other strategies to help you solve these problems. But just know that memorizing these facts will make this go a lot quicker. Multi-digit multiplication is something that can be challenging and it can take practice, okay? So please don't be discouraged if you don't get it right away because most people do not learn this instantly. It takes some time and that's okay. Some things in life take a little bit longer to learn than others. So please don't feel discouraged if it takes you a while. You might need to watch this video a couple times to learn it. You might need to watch other videos. And the more you practice, the better you'll get at it. And in enough time, it won't feel so hard to you anymore. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to jump right into these multi-digit multiplication problems. So as you can see here, I have the same numbers and I've kind of added on. So I have a 2-digit by 1-digit, a 2-digit by 1-digit, and a 2-digit by 2-digit. So I have 49 times 5 here. You'll notice that if I cover up my 7, I have a 49 times 5 over here as well. I just covered this up. And then you'll notice I have 49 times 5 over here if I take away my 3. So I wanted to use the same number so that you guys could see kind of how you build on it when you're multiplying with different digits. So when you are multiplying the traditional way, you want to make sure that you've lined up your numbers very neatly, okay? So you want your ones place underneath your ones place. You want your larger number on top. This will make the setup the easiest for you to be able to read the number and solve it neatly. Let's jump in. So we have 49 times 5 right here. What we're going to do is we're going to take the ones place and we're going to multiply it by the ones place on the top, and then we're going to multiply it by the tens place. It's going to look like this. We're going to multiply 5 times 9, and then we're going to multiply 5 times 4. Okay? So we're going to work from right to left. So the opposite of the way you read. So we're going to multiply 5 times 9 and then 5 times 4. I'm going to go ahead and take those circles away so that we can see to show our work. So let's go. 5 times 9 is 45. I can't write 45 down here because that 4 gets in the way of my next place, my next number that I'm going to write. So just like with adding, you keep the ones place at the bottom and you carry the tens place over to the next place. So if my answer is 45, I'm going to carry my 4 and I'm going to write my 5 at the bottom. Now I'm going to multiply 5 times 4. Well, 5 times 4 is 20. 20 plus 4 more is 24. I have nothing more to carry over here, so I'm going to write 24 down here. All right, let's look at 749 times 5. So I see the same thing that I saw over here, 49 times 5. So I start out and I have 5 times 9 is 45. And 5 times 4 is 20, plus 4 more is 24. Well, this time I have another place over here. So instead of writing the 24 at the bottom like I did over here, I'm going to write the 4 at the bottom and I'm going to carry the 2 this time. So the 2 was down here because there was nothing left to carry over, but now I have another place, so I put it over here. So now I've multiplied 5 times 9, then 5 times 4. Now I'm going to be multiplying 5 times 7. Okay? Take this away so that we can see to show our work. Whoops. Okay. So 5 times 7 is 35. 35 plus 2 more is 37. So I'm going to write, there's nothing left to carry over. I'm going to write 37 at the bottom here. and I get 3,745. And that's my answer. Alrighty, 2-digit by 2-digit. Probably the trickiest that we've done so far. Doesn't mean we can't handle it. We're going to do it together, and we're going to work hard to figure it out. So I'm going to take this box, and I'm going to use it to cover up my 3 because I don't need it yet. When you're multiplying a 2-digit by another 2-digit number, you want to concentrate on 1 digit at a time at the bottom. So I'm going to start with the ones place. I'm going to do the same thing that I've already done for these numbers. So if you remember from my other 2 problems, I have 5 times 9 is 45. And then I have 5 times 4 is 20, plus 4 more is 24. I have nothing left to carry over, so I'm going to write the 24 at the bottom. You'll notice that this problem right here is the same as this problem right here, okay? So I've started that. So now there's 3 things I need to do when I'm doing my next step of this problem, okay? So the 3 things I need to do is first, I need to concentrate now on my next number, which is my 3. So I've already used this 5. I'm going to cover it up, so I'm not thinking about it right now, and I'm going to just focus on this 3. That's my first thing I need to do. The second thing I need to do is I need to get rid of this number at the top that I carried. You'll notice I didn't erase it, and that's because when I'm going back to check over my work, I want to make sure that I can still read what I put. That way I can, if I notice I've made an error somewhere, I can see if this is where I made that error, and then I can fix it easier. So I've moved over my box, or I've just kind of concentrated. If you're working it out on a piece of paper, sometimes I use a sticky note to cover it up, or I use my hand, or I just use the tip of a pen or pencil and I cover up that part, or I just simply don't look at that one right now. So I'm concentrating on my 3, crossed this number out at the top. Those are my 2 steps. My third step is now that I'm working with my tens place, I need to start in my tens place. So I'm actually going to be writing, when I multiply this number times my top number, I'm going to be writing that amount underneath of this number 245. And when I write it underneath of this number, we're then going to take those 2 amounts and we're going to put them together to find our answer. When I'm writing it underneath, I need a placeholder for my ones place. That placeholder is going to be a 0. So I'm going to write this 0 underneath my ones place. And because it's a placeholder and it's something I need to do every time, I am going to make that 0 a little bit more fun, and I'm going to put a smiley face. Okay? So that reminds me, hey, this is a step you need to do. So step 1, move over and concentrate now on the next digit, the tens place. Second step, cross out anything you carried over at the top so it doesn't get in your way. And third step is write a 0 underneath your ones place as a placeholder. Okay, now we are going to multiply 3 times 9 and then 3 times 4. So we're going to go to multiply by my ones place and by my tens place. So we're always multiplying from right to left, the opposite direction of what you read. The only difference is now we're multiplying this number 3 instead of this number 5. So 3 times 9 is 27. So I'm going to write my 7 at the bottom and I'm going to carry my 2. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 plus 2 more is 14. There's nothing left to carry over, so I write it. Now I take these 2 amounts, they're already stacked up, and I'm going to put an addition sign there because I'm going to add up the amount when I multiplied my number 5 and my number 30. So now I'm going to add these up. So I have 5 plus 0 is 5. 4 plus 7 is 11. 4 plus 2 plus 1 is 7. And 1 plus nothing is 1. So my answer is 1,715. Okay? Once again, don't feel discouraged if this didn't make sense to you right away. It took me time to learn it. It takes a lot of people some time to learn it. So take time. Try to practice them. Try some other problems and see what you get and check your answers. You can rewatch this video as many times as you need, and there are a lot of other videos online that also have other people explaining how to do this that might help you even more. So just remember, Just like Thomas Edison didn't give up, he tried over 200 times before he found the right light bulb fit. Don't give up if this doesn't make sense right away. Just be patient with yourself. Have some grace, practice, and you'll notice that you'll start to get better once you have a positive attitude and you keep trying. Thanks so much for listening. Happy practicing.